What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Episode 56 today of the Vikings franchise series. And guys, we're coming off of a Super Bowl victory and of course our latest offseason in which we landed the guy I've been aiming for since the beginning of last year when we saw the draft class, and that was Clayton Jenkins. And before we get started with the preseason, I just want to let you guys know that this preseason, I do plan on running it more like a NFL, like real preseason. I don't plan on having the starters in much. I will showcase all the games, but I don't want to, just keep watching the starters. We're going to see the starters all season. We know majority of the team that's going to be here, but what I want to see is all of these guys that I brought in, and I'll show you guys in a second, which one of these guys can step up. Maybe there's a diamond in the rough that we're not seeing, or somebody who could replace one of our current players that we're not 100% sold on. So we will be seeing a lot of the backups today. I know it hasn't been very entertaining yet, the off seasons, but I think that's about to change, and I'm going to show you guys what I mean. All of these are going to show up here once we hit the regular season. It just all says offer submitted if you guys don't know, because you can't re-sign players yet, but we have a lot of players up for re-sign this year, and I mean a lot. So as you can see right off the bat, Quentin Nelson, his contract is expiring. Danielle Hunter's is expiring. Antoine Glover is up for a contract. Irv Smith, Ken Walden, Martin Jefferson, Oscar Pitts, Connor McElroy, AJ Alexander, Devontae Coleman, Jason Reddick, Jeremiah Rutherford, Kevin Menical. The list goes on and on and on and on. Like, we have a lot of players up for contract this year. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can keep them all, or if some guys have to hit free agency. And then you also take a look at this. We accumulated, and this is through the trades that I did, and I know we were going to take a hit on these trades because I wanted to get rid of some players, but we took a hit, and now we have $14.4 million in cap space, or in cap penalty. We only have $34.3 million in overall cap space. I'm not sure, because I know that's going to be different when we do the re-signs. It's going to count for next year. So I'm not sure how it's going to affect it yet, but we still have a lot of players still under contract that are going to eat up a lot of our money. So this is going to be one of those years where I really do think that we are going to have some tough choices to make when it comes to who can stay and who we have to replace. So that's why this preseason is, I think, really important. We need to see some of these other guys that maybe can start becoming building blocks of this team that can be the next man up. So let's go ahead and let's look at some of these new guys that we have on the roster this year. We're gonna go right down the list and go through every position. So we already knew who we had here for quarterback. Bullitt, of course, is our starter. There's no question about it. Benji Barnett, we've had him for a couple years. I brought on Chase Steele this offseason to be a potential third option. And at worst case scenario, he's a practice squad quarterback. But these two are going to battle it out to see who ends up winning the number 2 job. So it's going to be a lot of these two all preseason long. Bullard, he's proven everything he needs to prove. We're not worried about him. We'll get him in on a drive or two every game, but then we're going to sub him out for these guys and see what they can do. I have a crap ton of running backs. Way more than I probably should have. And most of them are already spoken for, but we're going to have guys that can run throughout preseason that we don't need to worry about getting injured, because chances are they probably won't be here anyway. We know Glover and Pitts are safe, right? We know that. But I want to find out where our third and fourth running back is, and we have a lot of options. The current favorite for that third spot is Jeremiah Rutherford. We've seen him before. He's had some pretty good games with us. He had a pretty good preseason last year. I want to see what he can do with a little bit more time and a little bit more consistent rushing. Eric Baldwin, he was involved in the trade last year when we got rid of Brian O'Neill and Alexander Madison to Miami. We brought him in to just fill that void. He's going to have a chance to fight for the third or fourth running back spot. Matthew Hutchins, I don't really know much about him. I signed him to the practice squad last year because he looked pretty good in free agency, and we needed some more guys for the practice squad. Same with Anthony Wallace, just a guy I signed for the practice squad. And then, of course, Deshaun Weatherspoon was another guy who was just in free agency. I think he might have been on the practice squad too. I didn't sign all of the practice squad positions. I only had like 7 guys of my own choosing. But then when I advanced, all these dudes were added. So I'm like, we'll just keep them, you know. Wide receiver is pretty much set as well. We did move on from a couple of guys, Derek Wilcox and then Taven Smith, so we can make room for guys like Kenny Williams and then Jason Johnson, who I think are going to be better fits for us. Both of them got a little bit more playing time. Kenny Williams really showed me a lot last year, and I want to get him the ball as much as possible. So it's really going to be up between him and Whiting with who's going to get that third receiver spot, because, you know, I mean, as much as I like Whiting, there can only really be 3 starting receivers. So one of these guys is going to end up winning that job. And if, let's say, Williams does, that's going to allow me to move a guy like Peoples or even Jefferson into the slot more and take advantage of their speed and their route running on the inside there. So that's sort of my hope with that, but we'll see how it plays out. But that is just 5 receivers. And a lot of the times I always carry 6 receivers. Sometimes I'll even keep 7 if I feel that there's a guy that's worthy of making plays. And that's where the rest of this list comes in. We had Jalen Turner on the roster last year for preseason. He didn't get a lot of looks. I want to change that this year. Same with Kendrick Wilson. John Bullitt was a guy that we signed in the practice squad last year. He was, again, one of the guys that just got added. I don't think I signed him. Maybe I did. I don't know. But he was on the practice squad. We drafted Byron Harris in the later parts of the rounds. Parker Price and then Quandre Crowder are 2 other guys that I just want to see what they got, you know? So it's pretty much going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys fighting for 1 to possibly 2 spots. And now that second spot is going to be if somebody seriously stands out and I need to keep him on the roster and I want to build him up. So we're looking for at least one of these guys to turn to you know, draw attention to themselves, and hopefully we get 2 of them, because that means we have some really good playmakers. We really don't have much to do at tight end. I brought in Marcus Matthews simply for the fact that we have another tight end, so we don't have to play all of these guys all preseason. I want to give Derek Wiggins a really big showing, and because we know we have with Barnes and Irv Smith, but Smith is up on contract this year, and he's 28. You know, if we see enough out of Wiggins, it might be smart for us to let somebody like Irv Smith go. As much as he's been a help to us, he's been a huge help in the passing game for us. But I want us to make sure that we are doing everything we can to bring on the best people and also save ourselves money. So with that being said, I want to see what Derek Wiggins has. He's got the most speed. Well, really, it's just the acceleration that really stands out. But he has some really good speed, and I want to see what he can do. This would allow us to have Wiggins out there with Matthews, and we don't have to risk Barnes or Smith going into the season. We are set here at left tackle. Darisaw and Marion, I mean, I don't see, there's nobody else to really bring in. I looked, like the best guy is like a 70, or no, it's like a 64, I think. Nobody worth even talking about. And now we get to the left guard. We're good here. I don't see us making any changes in this area. Same with center. The right guard spot is really the only spot where there's stuff up for grabs. I'm going to give all 3 of these guys the opportunity to fight for the starting job. And one thing that I really want to try and focus on this preseason is I want to watch what these guys do, and I want to build the depth chart based off of their play. I don't want to just do it off of overall. I know that sounds a little weird, but I want to make this more interesting, more realistic. And at the end of the day, just because Chamberlain is a 75 overall does not mean he's going to play as good as Mike Lewis or even Greg Gaither. So I want to look strictly at how they play in the games and then make my decisions based off of that for who's going to start. Now, does Chamberlain have the easiest road to that? Of course he does. He was drafted high. He was one of our first-round picks. Chances are he's going to start on this line at some point, but I'm not just going to hand it to him. Mike Lewis has been here now for a season, and I thought he played well when he had to come in and cover for Laken Tomlinson on a couple injuries, and even Quentin Nelson. So he's got a pretty good shot too. Right tackle is set. I have Havenstein here just because I want to have that veteran presence behind Whitley, and Whitley's been growing pretty well. I'm glad that we made the move with O'Neal and got Whitley in here, because now he's on course to be a higher overall than O'Neal was ever going to be. Daniil Hunter, of course, He's up for contract this year. Man, that's crazy to think. He's 31 now. That's nuts. But Menacle's also up for contract. I want to see more out of him. We brought on Landon Riley. I want to see what he can do. So I think this preseason, we're not even going to play Hunter. We know what Hunter is. We don't need to see him play. Like, there is nothing that this man needs to prove. He's been an MVP of the league. He's won countless awards. He's single-handedly pushed our defense to being a top defense in the league. He can just relax for these 3 weeks. We want to see what we got in Menacle and Riley and find that next person to step up on this D-line. The same can almost be said with Martin Jefferson. He's proven to be one of our better players on defense. Now, his contract is not up yet, but it's going to be soon. And, Randy Barrett is here, Will Brayman is here, and then Thomas Poole, who was on our practice squad last year. I want to see what we have in guys like Poole and Riley. We sort of know what we got in Brayman and Barrett. Barrett has been signed. I extended him. I plan on having him here as a reserve regardless of who else is here, so his spot is safe as well. But Brayman and Poole are up for judgment, if you will. I really don't have much competition at D tackle, but that's also because I want to have Kevin Menacle sort of be that in-between D and D tackle hybrid. So he's sort of like a fifth D tackle, if you will, which is what allows me to keep usually 5 defensive ends because I don't necessarily need to keep 4 D tackles. So what it's going to come down to is it TJ Slayton or Quincy Page getting this third spot? I don't know if we'll keep both of them because I feel like we have more playmakers at the defensive end positions that I want to keep on, holding on to the roster. So we'll see what happens with these two, but these are the guys that are going to be battling it out, so we'll probably get to see a lot of them this preseason as well. Linebacker is where it starts to get a little interesting. I mean, Whitehead is a beast. His job is safe. I like Najee Harris. I want to see more of him. AJ Alexander is up for contract this year, and to be honest, Dion Lewis is right on his tail. Like, he is right there. I'm really thinking about seeing what Lewis has this year and I need it to make sense if we're going to extend AJ Alexander. Yes, he has made plays, but does Dion Lewis not make those plays? Does Alexander solely make those plays? That's what I want to find out. So we're going to see more of Dion Lewis. I'm probably not going to start Alexander much this preseason, but we'll see what happens. And then, of course, we still have Whiteside from last year, and then Kevin Allman, who we drafted this past draft in the mid-rounds. Jeremy Chin, his job is safe. Roy Lewis, who was a middle linebacker for us last year, I moved outside to take over for Jalen Smith, who we did not bring back. So there's another opportunity for somebody, whether it's Lewis or a guy like Allman or Whiteside. I want to see overall play, not just what their overall is. So again, I don't care what these guys' overalls are. We're going to look at how they play this preseason. The cornerbacks is where I'm doing a lot of research this preseason. We obviously Cam Dantzler is here. He's not going anywhere. Clayton Jenkins, we just drafted him. He's not going anywhere. Floyd Beckwith, found out he's a superstar at the tail end of last year. He's not going anywhere. But what's going to happen with Reddick, who's up on contract? What's going to happen with McElroy, who's up on contract? Does Tim Sims have anything? What about Sheldon Jenkins? There's a lot of talent on this corner roster right now. We need to see more of it. So what I want to do this preseason is I want to showcase more of these guys than these guys. We know what these two guys have. We know. So we're going to see a lot of our shiny new corner, Clayton Jenkins. We're going to see some more of Reddick and definitely more of Beckwith. I want to see Tim Sims. I want to see all these guys. Obviously, Cameron Curl's job is safe, but we drafted Raymond Monty. We also drafted Curtis Waddle later on. And then Jalen Carter was drafted, I believe, what was that, late round, like 6th or 7th round or something like that. I just drafted him. He's here. He went up a few. He was like a 65 overall. He went up to a 69 now after the preseason, or after the season on the practice squad. I did a lot of work with him and trying to get his XP up. And he's in line here, what I'm trying to say here is I have a potential opening at strong safety. And the reason for that is we have Monty, Waddle, and Carter. Monty is not going anywhere. We ended up getting a steal in him in the draft. I didn't think he was going to be that good, but it was one of the guys that I was told to look after in the draft by the GM. I finally listened, and it sort of paid off. Now, is he a fancy hidden dev? No, he's not. but he's got some great tools to start with. 85 hit power right out of the draft. I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm only really concerned with his speed. That speed, really, I don't like that speed at all. So he might suck, you know? We'll see. But I mentioned strong safety because Josh Metellus is now 28 years old. He's not going to get any better. 75 is his cap, right? What if Waddle or Carter show out this preseason? Would it make sense for me to keep Metellus just because he's been here, you know? So that's where I'm seeing this. We're probably going to keep 4 safeties. Right now we have 6. We're going to have to cut 2 of these guys, so that'll be interesting to see as well. And here's a sneak peek at our draft next year based off of the moves we made to move around the draft board. Thanks to the lucky stars that the Dolphins sucked, because that really opened up our draft. I really did not see that coming. I expected it to be like a late 20s pick, but I mean, what can I say? They ended up falling off the rails because of the Zachary Farr injury. They just had a bad year, and we really, you know, benefited heavily off of that with that high draft pick. Had I known they were going to be that high overall, I probably wouldn't have made that move. You know, I wouldn't have made that trade, to be like being very honest with you guys. But I honestly thought they were going to be picking in the 20s. And at that point, like a team that's on the verge of a Super Bowl, you go with finding veterans and finding players that can help you go over to the next level. And I thought that was what was going to happen with Brian O'Neill. You know, they needed one lineman. That's all they needed was one lineman, and O'Neill was the guy. So, but hey, it is what it is. We have 3 first-round picks this year now. We have a couple of thirds. We have a really good lineup of draft picks going into next draft. Okay, we're going to start off on defense today, and I already made a lot of switches. There are some guys that are left in just because I didn't want to take out all the starters, but I put in a lot of like the D-line, like the ends are switched out. You can see Medical and Barrett are in. Linebackers are switched out a little bit. I got Deion Lewis in there along with Roy Lewis. Quick throw outside here for Wilson on the first play, and he'll find his tight end Dallas. Is that Goddard? I think it is. Yeah, Dallas Goddard for a gain of 5. Now they're going to empty us out here on second down. Wilson, quick throw outside, caught again by Goddard. It was Deion Lewis in on the stop. 3rd and 2 coming up. Let's see if they go with the little handoff here. No, yes they do. Delayed handoff, and it's made. The play is made by DeAndre Swift, the former Lion. Nice job there on the delayed handoff. Gets us off guard a little bit. Now another delayed, and Swift once again with a big lane outside to the 48-yard line. Nice job. Raymond Monty in to bring him down. I should say this. Don't be alarmed if we give up some stuff today. Like I said, I'm playing a lot of rookies and lower overall guys, so our defense is not going to be playing normal today. Handoff, Swift, and he is met by Coleman and Whitehead at midfield. A short gain, but enough for a first down. Like, the whole secondary is switched out pretty much at this point, except Nazir Ward. Yeah, Nazir Ward's still in just because I want to continue to see him get better. But everybody else it's all backups. 2nd and 9. And another handoff to Swift, and that's not going to work. Whitehead sniffs it out again. And 3rd and 9 now coming up. They're going to have to go shotgun here, 3 wide. Wilson lets it go, and it is caught, but Lewis brings down Swift before he can get the first down, and we are going to get the stop we're looking for. There he is, Tyrone Bullard. Gave him a little bit of new gear, try to make him look a little cooler. Let me know what you guys think. Super Bowl champion quarterback Tyrone Bullard, and he is going to get a series or 2. Same with Glover. I swapped out Jefferson and Peoples and whatnot and got the backups in there and at tight end. Bullard back to throw on first down, and he dumps it off to Derek Wiggins out of the backfield, gain of 6. Wiggins also listed as a starter right now. I benched Irv Smith and Derek Barnes. We have so many skill players on offense, and I need to see. First play to Glover, and Glover able to get out to the 17, pick up a 5 and a first down. Another handoff to Glover, trying to find his way through traffic, and he'll get out to the 20 before being brought down by Quan Thompson. Yeah, you see Thompson there with the X Factor underneath him. He's one of the best linebackers. Bullard looking. Oh, gets hit as he throws, and it's going to be incomplete. Nice job of the Jets front four there, putting the pressure on. I've done a pretty good job, I think, of building up that front four for them. 3rd and 6 now. Bullard taking a big drop. He's going to air it out deep down the right side, and he's got somebody, but it's incomplete. Jalen Turner, the intended target. Jets come back out on offense here. 1st and 10, 7:50 to go in the first quarter. Handoff to Swift, who cuts upfield and finds his way out to the 30. A nice pickup of 5. Another pass, quick throw, caught. Who was that who made the catch? Oh, Emmett McCoy. He got a big contract this offseason too, if I remember correctly. He's now their number 1. Wilson, rolling, lets it go, caught, but I think he's out of bounds. It was Elijah Moore. They're going to say incomplete. 2nd down. Oh, a nice little drop down there outside. Gain of about 12. It was to Dorsett. And they're out to the 47-yard line now. Empty backfield for Wilson. A quick throw outside to Moore. This time he makes the catch and turns upfield. Across down to the 45-yard line. Nice short passing here for Wilson is working. Defense playing a little off. Delayed handoff and not going to happen. Kevin Medical getting past his blocker and making the play before Swift can find his way through the line. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Nice job there by our lineman getting free and making the play. Delayed handoff again, and nope, no dice there. Coleman and I think it was Dion Lewis were ready. 1st down. I think this will be the last drive. We have Tyrone Bullard and Glover in the game, and it's going to be a handoff to Glover, and he is met right away. Quinnen Williams playing on the inside there makes a big play against, I think it was Chamberlain. 2nd and 9. Bullard finds a target as Deontay Whiting out to the 28. 3rd and 2 coming up. Handoff to Glover, and he's got the first. Not much more, but enough for the first. Now the question is, do we get to the end of this drive, or do we get to the end of the quarter before Bullard gets subbed out? Because at the 2nd quarter, everybody gets subbed out. Pistol formation. Quick throw over the middle, and he's got Jason Johnson out to the 43. Nice quick throw there on a slant route. Gets them open, and now we got ourselves a nice little couple of play sequence here. Can we build off of it, though? Last time we sort of struggled. Handoff to Glover, and Glover does not follow where I would expect him to follow, and he ends up paying for it after just a gain of 2 yards. Empty backfield now. Bullard looking to scramble, and he throws it away. 3rd and long. We're going to stay in this spread formation here. Blitz is coming off the corner, and we can't get there. We can't get rid of it in time. Johnson with the sack. Corner, just a nickel blitz there, perfectly timed. Nobody was able to come off of their own blocks to help out, and Bullard never even saw him coming. By the time he did, it was too late. He had, well, honestly, even had Franklin Myers on the other side of him, so he was just doomed from the start, and that's going to be how our starters end the game. Last play here of the first quarter, and Swift is in motion to the outside. Wilson bombing it deep down the right side, one-on-one, and it is incomplete. Nazir Ward doing a great job covering DeAndre Swift, and we are going to get the stop, and that's the end of 1. Oh, and an interception, and it's Jeremy Cheng. What are you doing out here, man? What are you doing out here? All right, so now we come out here, Benji Barnett under center. We got Oscar Pitts lined up in the backfield. What can our backups do here? Barnett going to throw it to Pitts on the first play. Pitts lowering the shoulder, gets down to the 20. Just a short gain of 2. Kramer in on the stop. And now Rutherford in the backfield. Benji Barnett going to throw it again. Barnett trying to get away, but he can't. He runs right into 92, who is, I think, is Jason Neal. And that's going to be a big loss. 3rd and 20 now after that sack. And we're going to need a really big play. We really can't lose any more yards to at least get 3 out of this drive. Barnett, and he just chucks it in the dirt. Not a good start for Barnett. And we're going to have to rely on Mr. David Wallace for about a 50-yard attempt here from the 40. Puts it up. And it's good. Okay, now we are back on defense here. Believe it's Rob Baker. Yeah. Oh, and an interception right away. It's Raymond Monty. First play. Wow. He jumped that route really nicely. Wow, I didn't see that coming. He surely wasn't slow on that play. He just dive bombs in to make the play, gets the interception. That's 2 in a row for us now. All right, so apparently Raymond Monty was a good draft pick. 1st and 10, I formation. We're going to hand it off to Pitts. And Pitts not able to get much blocking. Gets a gain of about 4 yards on the play, though. Barnett last time out looked very shaky in the pocket. And here we go, throw again, and another dump down to Rutherford. But Rutherford trying to make a play out of it, and he'll get 3 yards. Barnett's got to be able to push it downfield. If he can't push it downfield, we're going to be in trouble here soon. Here would be a good shot to get us throw at the end zone. Oh, he finds, who is that? Wiggins down to the 6-yard line. A nice short pass and another first down for us. And now this is where we should be able to rely on Oscar Pitts if this offensive line can get a push. We do give it to Pitts, and Pitts is almost in, but he's dropped at the 1-yard line. Great initial push by our lineman. Let's see if we can get it again here. I feel like we're going to give this ball to Rutherford. No, it's going to be a pass right there. Touchdown, Jalen Turner on the spot route. Barnett hooking up with Turner for the first touchdown of our new season. And now 3rd and 8 for the Jets. Opportunity here to stick it to us after missing out. But instead, Landon Riley gets back there for his first sack as a Viking. And it's going to be 4th down. I'm not sure who he was looking for. It might have been John Bullitt downfield, but incomplete. 3rd and 17 now. And of course, we're going to go empty set because we need a big play here. Barnett stepping up, and he's hit as he throws, but he gets it off, and it is caught. Who makes that? It's Byron Harris, the rookie receiver, going up and making the play. I don't know how he got rid of that ball. He probably shouldn't have. But Harris working against, I'm not sure who that is that's covering him. But he goes up and brings it down. Very nice job and puts us in great field position now at the 34-yard line. Pistol formation. Handoff to Rutherford, who's got a nice little lane down inside the 30 to the 29. Gain of 5. His first carry of the day. And I think after halftime, we'll start subbing in these other running backs, or actually maybe even after this drive. We'll see. We'll see. Another handoff to Rutherford, and Rutherford with another nice hole up the middle, down inside the 20 to the 17. And we sort of know Rutherford is the leading favorite in the room, but I want to see, like this game, I really want to try to pinpoint who's going to be playmakers. Nice run by Pitts. Like who's going to be like the cream of the crop of the undrafted guys and the free agents. And then, you know, game 2 and 3, we can really hone in and see who's better, the guys we already have or the guys we brought in out of that group. Nice sideline catch there by Turner. Turner already a leading favorite for the receiver spot, as you can see here, making a couple of plays already. Barnett, quick throw outside, and Wiggins. Sideline catch, a lot more work than what was needed for that play, only a gain of 2, but he made it look pretty. 2nd and goal. Looks like we're going to go on the ground here with Pitts. That's what we do, and Pitts once again trying to push forward, but stopped at the 1. 3rd and goal coming up. And it looks like we're going to stick with that philosophy. Just run it with Pitts and see if our line can get the push we need. That's what we do, and we do not get the push we need. He says he stopped short. I'd love to see us go for it here. We're up 10. Worst case scenario, the Jets get the ball back at their own 1 or 2 yard line. It's the preseason. Let's go for it here, and let's see if we can put up more points. That's what I think. And that's what we're going to do. I like the call. I like the call. 4th and goal. We're going to take a shot here. Handoff. And, oh, the Jets do a good job. They stayed in goal line. We didn't check out of it. And, hey, that was the risk you take. It's preseason. What can our offense do against their defense? But now, can our defense get a big push and maybe force a safety here before the end of the half? 1st and 10 from their own 2-yard line. Baker, back, rolling around. He's going to take off with it, and he gets smacked by Dion Lewis at the 7. A gain of 6, though, and it will give them a little bit of breathing room now. Baker, back, under pressure, and he's going to chuck this thing up deep down the field, and it is incomplete. Floyd Beckwith doing a great job of forcing that incompletion, knocking the ball out of the receiver's hands, who actually caught it initially. 3rd and 4, quick pass this time, and he's got a man wide open, streaking up the sideline, and finally brought down at the 43. A huge 35-yard completion to Bagley. Baker's first completion of the day, and it goes for a gain of 35. Baker rolling, dumps it off, and this time he's got, is that Pemberton, I think? Or no, that's, who is that? Who the heck is Smith? I don't even know who these guys are. Empty backfield for the Jets. Rolling out again, dumps it off over the middle, and it is caught down to the 43. 3rd completion in a row for Baker, who started off the day very, very rocky. 2nd and 6 now. Another quick dump down, and it is caught down to the 39. 3rd and 2 from the 39 now. 1:01 to go. They have a really good chance here of putting some points on the board if they can convert on this play here. Baker, and he's going to take a shot down the field to the end zone, and it is intercepted but out of bounds. Clayton Jenkins making the play, and that is going to be 4th down. We get the stop we were looking for. And they are going to go for it themselves. Why not? It's preseason. This is where you test the things you don't like to test in the regular season. Handoff, they get the push they need, and they get the 1st down. Nice job by the offensive lineman. Getting off the ball and really making that a very simple thing for the running back. Just get to the back of the line, and you got the 1st. Baker, under pressure, steps up, bombs it deep down the right side into the end zone, and it is caught. How in the world did that guy make that catch? Wow. He just stood there and caught it. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. And that was Floyd Beckwith that was on the coverage. Who was it? Let's see. Yeah. Beckwith just doesn't turn back in time. And the Jets get a touchdown here to close out the first half. All right, it's time for us to see a little bit of Chase Steele now at quarterback. I also swapped out to the running backs as well. So opening up the second half, we're going to see some new faces. Handoff to Eric Baldwin. That goes nowhere. A loss of 1 actually on the play. Back to the 24. I believe it's Deshaun Weatherspoon in right now. But we're going to throw it. First time see Chase Steele rolling out, and he throws it away. That was sort of anticlimactic. I tried to give you a nice intro, man. You didn't take advantage of it. All right, 3rd and 11. Now we got to see what you got. Uh-oh, Steele looking to run, and oh, he throws it away. Not a good decision there. Under pressure, and he's going to go down, and there's a fumble, and it's recovered by Randy. Or no, who was that? That was Riley. I thought it was Barrett for a second. The question is it going to stand? Either way, it's a sack by Will Brayman. I just don't know if he fumbled before hitting the turf. And they don't challenge it. He must have. And we get a big break here on defense. Now can Steele and company do something with it? Handoff to Baldwin, and he goes absolutely nowhere. One thing I think we're missing is another power back. We don't have one outside of Pitts. Sort of funny how that works, huh? I go from having like 2 or 3 power backs to having literally none. 3rd and 8, and we're going to go empty set here. Steele has yet to complete a pass, and he's going to throw it away again. 3 throwaways for this guy. That's all he's doing. We will take a field goal, though, and go up 13-7. Once again, Jets coming out empty formation. 1st and 10. Baker under pressure immediately, and he gets to throw it away, and he does find a man. It's White and turns it upfield, and he's going to get a big gain out to the 39. Baker is getting away with highway robbery right now on some of these throws, and White is his accomplice. Wow, like, my gosh. Handoff, and he's brought down right away. 2nd and 11. Steps up, lets it go, and once again, it is White. He seems to be the only guy Baker can complete the ball to. And the only guy we can't cover. Don't forget about that. Baker. And another pass to White. I swear that he's had like 5 catches in a row. He had 1 catch coming into this drive. He now has 6. Yes, 5 catches in a row for him. Handoff. Up the middle, Mitchell gets met right at the line to gain, and they are going to say he's short. 3rd and inches. Let's see if they go back to the ground, and let's see if we're ready for it, because I don't know if we are. They have a lot of linemen up there. Oh, they're going to go with the pass, and it is dropped. Tries to get it to one of the receivers, number 15. I can't think of his name. And Najee Harrison forcing the incompletion. Watch for the fake here. This is a great spot for a fake from the Jets. Yep, it is a fake. And the punter is going to take a sack. Kevin Allman with the sack. What were they thinking? You got to throw that ball, man. Oh, boy. I mean, it's preseason. You got to try that. But if you are the kicker or the punter there, you got to throw that thing. All right, Chase Steele. He really hasn't had much look. He hasn't really looked much better than that punter even. Oh, a nice stiff arm by Baldwin. And he'll get 5 yards on the play. But yeah, Steele hasn't really even tried to be a quarterback so far. He's thrown the ball away 3 times. That's really all he's done. Handoff to Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon goes absolutely nowhere. 3rd and 5 now. Steele finally going for somebody, and it is caught. And I believe that's Kendrick Wilson. Yes, it is. Down to the 25-yard line. I don't know if they're going to throw the flag or not because he was very close to the sideline. No, they will not. So Steele finally gets his first completion. Let's see if that gives him a little bit of, confidence now going forward. Handoff to Baldwin and nowhere to go. There was 3 linemen there for the Jets and none of ours. Steele going to throw it on 2nd down. Rolling out. He's going to take off with it. And Steele sliding down at the 22. A short gain of 2. And it's going to bring up another 3rd and long here. 3rd and 7. From the 22, we need the 15 for a first. Under pressure, dumps it down, caught by Turner, but way short of the first down marker. Kramer in to make the stop. 1st and 10 now for the Jets from their own 25. Handoff. Oh, a big play made by Kevin Menical, pushing Campbell back into the running back and making the tackle for loss. Nice play there. And they're going to go right back to this empty set. They love running this right now with Baker. Baker stepping up, lets it go, and it is intercepted. Clayton Jenkins gets the interception after it bounced off his helmet initially. Nice job for the rookie. Another turnover for us. We have not really shown to be able to put the points on the board, though, to make it, worthwhile. And there we go right back to the ground with Baldwin. Baldwin has not been playing very good. I think I'm going to take him out. We're going to take him out after this play. Okay, so we made a few adjustments here once again. Receivers are now... I got most of the bottom tier receivers in now with Steele. Steele, oh man, he gets sacked. Neal again, his 2nd sack of the day. And now on 1st down, we're going to go right to the ground game. Kevin Menical again, being a force in the middle for us so far today. I really like what I'm seeing out of him at D tackle. Baker trying to set up the screen, and he will to Mitchell, and he's got some blockers out across the 45. Inside the 45, actually. They're across midfield now. And that is the end of the third quarter. A nice play to end on for the third quarter. Jets trying to get this game closer. We have left the door open for them for about 2 quarters now. Actually 3 quarters, because we should have been able to put more points up going all the way back to the first quarter, but we just, you know, haven't been able to. Sort of my own doing, because like I said, I want to take away the starters. And Baker taking a shot to the end zone, and it is intercepted. It was picked off by Tim Sims, I think. I don't know what the challenge is here, though. Oh, no, it was caught. I thought it was intercepted, but it was caught. And the Jets are challenging to say he was in bounds. If he caught this, my God, that's insane. There ain't no way he caught that. They say he caught it, and the Jets get away with the touchdown. Now we are down, or up by 2 still, but the Jets are closing that gap because our offense has not really been able to produce much. Steele and, oh boy, there we go. That's what we needed, a sack. Steele is not looking good. Barnett's not looking good either. I mean, not that I expect them to come in and play fantastic, but I mean, to show that they can't even put together a single drive is sort of, you know, and another sack. Like, what is going on? Is this a lineman issue? Is this a quarterback issue? I'm not sure, but we're putting ourselves in some seriously bad spots here. Dude, just throw the ball. What are you doing, man? Steele looks lost out there. Chase Steele now comes out down for the first time today. Still looking for him to really do much of anything. And once again, he's rolling around and takes another sack. What is this guy doing? This guy is like the worst version that I've ever seen of Taylor Hopkins. Like, he runs into the pressure. He didn't even have to leave. Where are you going? Oh man, we need a different quarterback, guys. We need a different guy at backup quarterback. Holy man, this guy is bad. Finally throws it, and he completes it outside to Bullitt. But no, now it's 4th down, and we're going to have to punt it. 2nd and 6 now. Baker rolling around the pocket. He's going to get sacked. Kevin Ullman with the sack on the play. Very nice job. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally works free from the block. It looks like he was double teamed and gets the sack. Nice to see that Ullman can force pressure when needed. 3rd and 14. Baker, quick throw, check down. He's got the lane, but no, it closes up pretty quickly. All right, guys, I had to replace Chase Steele. If we have any chance of winning this game, we at least got to see what Barnett can do it. Barnett, throw, and it is caught. Immediately, nice play. John Bullitt making the play. Handoff to Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon breaking free, and it looks like he might have even drawn a face mask. He does. Wow. So Weatherspoon making the play. Trayvon Lowry getting the call for face mask. And now just like that, we are almost pretty much in field goal range. Just about. Handoff to Weatherspoon, and Weatherspoon with another nice lane. Down to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Barnett. He's going to do a quick drop, rolling out of the pocket. Barnett looks like he's going to run with it. He is. 10, 5, and finally brought down at the 4. He was going for the gusto on that play. Brought down at the 4-yard line. Nice job. And now we're going to run 2 running back sets, split backfield, 1st and goal from the 4. And we're going to throw out of it. Barnett rolling out of the pocket, throws it away. Nice decision there. He actually did need to throw that away. Now, I formation with Anthony Wallace in the backfield. Hand off to Wallace, and no blocking is done. Nobody blocked for poor Wallace. Let 2 defenders through. 3rd and 5 now. or 3rd and goal from the 5, I should say. Barnett, and he goes down as well. Horrible job blocking there. I think it was Havenstein, and he just didn't even try. That was a pathetic attempt at a blow. Look at this. He was like, oh, okay. It doesn't help that Weatherspoon didn't really assist either. 51-yard attempt from Wallace. This would probably put the game away. Wallace puts it up, and it is good. All right, so we just got out of that game. We get the win. We have a couple of upgrades. First one, Floyd Beckwith, which is nice to see. I think we're going to go straight to zone with this one. Yes, I want to try to keep that man in zone on the same path. So we're going to go boom. There we go. Get 1 to zone. We get +2 there, so now they're tied. And we get 1 to awareness and play rec, which is good. And then Kevin Menical getting 1. And I think we are going to do run stopper for him. There we go, block shedding, that's big. And that puts his block shedding up to 88 without any boost, 91 with the boost. Very nice to see that. You know, overall, I think we had a pretty good game. It's very apparent that Chase Steele should not be here. I was hoping he'd play a little bit better, but he ended up playing very, very bad. So we're just going to cut our losses right now. We're going to cut him. That was not a good showing. I'll try to bring in one more guy yet for Benji Barnett, but right now Barnett appears to be our number 2, which I sort of expected, but I at least wanted to see some type of competition. My God, Steele looked like a lost puppy dog out there. And then going to here, one of the surprises that I saw was Baldwin really didn't play very well. And I'm trying to figure out if that's due to the play calling or if it's just his, player in general. We didn't get a chance to see much of Hutchins, but I've seen him last year. We didn't see much of Wallace or Weatherspoon, so we'll probably hold on to these guys, but honestly, I think I want to try to bring another power back in so we have 2 of them. I like having 2 and 2. That's why I like carrying 4 guys. 2 elusive, 2 power, so that way we have that, we can change it up on both parts of the running game. All right, so that's pretty much all we had to do today. I wanted to get the first preseason game out of the way. We'll be back next time with the last bit of the preseason, or I might just do all of these in one video. I'm not sure yet, but all right, guys, we are here in week 2 of the preseason, and I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I barely even remember what happened last week. I'll find out when I record this video because I'm making this all together, but what's the best way I can put this? I had a very busy week, and I didn't get a chance to record for much longer than I anticipated, and so I'm sort of just coming back in here trying to get things built back up. I meant to put this at the front of the video, but I recorded the first game like a week ago before I got busy, and now I'm coming back realizing that I have gone like a whole week without a video, and that's not like me at all, and I don't want you guys to think that that's the norm. It was just a weird week for me, but I'm back. Things are good. We're ready for the second game of the season, and this one we are going to be playing more of the backups in the game itself rather than watching the starters play, because we already know what we got with the starters for the most part. I want to see these running backs, I want to see these receivers, I want to see some of these defenders, and really narrow down those final 4 to 5 spots on the 53-man roster that are always up for grabs during preseason. So with that being said, let's go straight into the game and let's go take on these Miami Dolphins. All right, we're going to open things up on defense today. As you can see, looking at the players out there, I did a whole bunch of substitutions. And first throw off target from Zachary Farr. I put Kevin Ullman in some, along with, I believe, Najee Harrison. No, Romeo Whiteside. And then I have Landon Riley and Thomas Poulin at the ends, Quincy Page and Kevin Menical playing at D-tackle in the sub packages. Throw outside, caught and out of bounds. It's Daniel Durham making the play to the 31. And it's going to be 3rd and 4. I also did a little something different. I'm going to try Connor McElroy at free safety. So that's what we're trying today. Far over the middle, and it's intercepted, and it's Romeo Whiteside. Big play, and he's going to go all the way. Touchdown. What a way to open up on defense. Romeo Whiteside definitely trying to play himself into a roster spot after that big play. Pick 6 for us on the opening play, on the opening drive, I should say. Far back to pass. He's got time. It breaks down. He's got to throw it. He finally does, and it's complete to Mike Gesicki all the way out to the 37, and now Stewart, looks like a lineman for the Dolphins, goes down. Let's see, what do we get here? And he's going to go to the locker room. We don't know what happened with Landon Riley. Well, I really hope he's not too hurt because he had a pretty good game for us in week 1. And I was really hoping to see a lot more of him today. Pistol formation for Miami here on first down from the 37, far back, checks it down, and it is caught once again by Mike Gesicki out of bounds at the 41. Whiteside and Allman in the middle. Barr. Oh, throws it short of the first down marker, and Clayton Jenkins is there to bring down Jalen Waddle. It's going to bring up third down once again. Can we get off the field this time? Barr. Quick throw, and it is caught. Mike Gesicki, third time on this drive that he makes the catch. And that one, second time he's made it for a first down. And now they're out near midfield. No runs yet. Another pass there and another one to Mike Gesicki underneath. Beckwith brings him down. Short gain of 5 through the air. And I know we're probably not going to perform the best in every avenue, but I really want to see these guys perform individually. Oh, Beckwith tries to make a play on the ball and misses. I swear to God, Mike Gesicki is the only guy that Zachary Farr can see on this field. Every time we play these guys, he's the only guy who gets targeted. Throw it to him again? Is that what you're going to do? No. Oh, he found somebody different. Stephen Clay, second-year receiver, down to the 20-yard line. Miami driving after that early pick 6. As Farr throws to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown. Working against Beckwith, it's Daniel Durham. Fourth-year receiver makes the catch, and that's going to tie things up. Now on offense, I did pretty much the same thing. I left Tyrone Bullitt in because I want to see what these receivers can do with a quality quarterback. Hand off to Rutherford, and he finds a very nice lane on the first carry. Nice little juke move, gets him out to the 42-yard line. He really set it up nicely there behind, I believe it was Mahan. Yes, it was. 1st and 10. Rutherford is one of the guys that I really like. And then now here's one of the new guys that I signed, Tony Dobson at running back. He's more of a power back kind of guy, and he's going to take the handoff, trying to find lanes, and he doesn't find much. Gets out to the 45, gain of 3. Buller going to throw here on second. Quick throw to the outside, and it is caught by Jason Johnson out of bounds at midfield. 3rd and 2 here. Handoff. Oh, man, they were ready for that one. That was Ross Rush, I believe. Yes, it was. He got through the middle of the pack there and just brought him down behind the line, loss of 1. 1st and 10 for Miami once again. They're going to start from the 22. Finally a handoff, and it is stuffed by Lewis. And now Daniel Durham is hurt. Injuries galore so far today. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I haven't touched the injury slider yet. I was thinking about it, but I haven't touched it yet, and man, that's a lot of them. Farr going to throw it out a single back. Quick throw. Once again, it's Waddle on that comeback route, and he gets the play. Jenkins bit a little bit too hard on him going deep. Waddle able to create that initial separation and get that first down catch. That's a tough matchup, though, for Jenkins. Farr backpedaling, finds Gesicki once again, and he has it out to the 45. Harrison bringing him down short of the first. 2nd and 1 after the pass to Gesicki. I swear he's got like 10 catches already today. And another handoff, and a nice little move there by Thomas. Able to get out to the 49-yard line. Stiff arm there gets him the first down on second effort. And we do not want to let them drive down the field again, but we are working with a very depleted defense, if I will say so myself. Oh, wide open. There was nobody over there. I don't know who to even blame on that one. But it was Matt Greer, our former player, making the catch. Gets down to the 31, and I also have Raymond Monty playing at the safety position as well. I have new guys all over this defense trying to see who's going to fit Hand off Thomas, and he gets plugged up by Quincy Page. Nice job from him. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him as well. He's a guy that could really push TJ Slayton for that spot on the defensive tackle position. But we'll see. 2nd and 11. Far. Quick throw over the middle, and wide open is, once again, Mike Gesicki. I swear this is the only guy he can throw to in this offense. 7 catches, 70 yards already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. 1st and 10. Blitz up the middle. We almost get there, but he still finds a way to get it off to Ruben Thomas, who gets it down to the 5. Beckwith chose a very nice path to the quarterback. It was just a very good play by a very good quarterback. And a gain of 8 for Ruben Thomas. And now I formation. A pitch play outside. Are we going to stop it? We do and don't at the same time. 1st and goal. And, of course, it was Madison, our former guy, in the backfield getting a gain of 2. Now Thomas is going to give it a go, and he gets plugged up. They'll somehow give him to him at the 1. That's seemed like a pretty generous spot. But either way, 2nd and goal. And, oh, there it is. Easy touchdown. Mike Gesicki. He is like a cheat code in this game. Out back on offense, Tyrone Bullard comes out. And, you know, like I said before, I don't expect us to really dominate this game or even win this game for that matter. I'm really trying to see the individual performances on both sides of the ball. So, man, that was not good. That was definitely not a good performance. I don't even know who that was, but I don't like it. Ross Rush making us look silly right now in the run game. We'll have to go back. I'll have to go back and check that out later and see who's getting beat. I think it's Chamberlain, which, I mean, I get it. He's a rookie. Bullard, quick throw, wide open, Irv Smith, and he goes flying up the field to the 40, finally pushed out of bounds. Great play. Irv Smith, such a playmaker. Now 1st and 10. That was our biggest play of the day so far offensively. Handoff. Oh, nice little cutback there for Rutherford as he gets out to the 46. I really like the way Rutherford runs. He seems to have really good vision and is sometimes almost patient when he's running with the ball. And handoff. Oh, man. That was just a missed block. I don't know why we had a receiver blocking a defensive end on that play, but that doesn't surprise me. 3rd and 3, Bullard back. Over the middle, caught by Irv Smith, down to the 38. Nice play there once again, going to his favorite target. If the Dolphins can use Gesicki all the time, we can use Irv Smith, right? Pistol formation. Bullard stepping up, lets it go, and he's got a man open, and it is... Who is that? I think that's Kendrick Wilson. It is. Wilson making the catch down to the 20-yard line. A nice pickup of 18 and a 1st down. And now we're going to go split back in the backfield. Shotgun formation. 3 split wide as well. Bullard going to throw out of it. Both of them staying back to protect. Bullard goes, and he's got him again, and he's down to the 3. I really thought he was going to score, but he cannot. Wilson making a play, though. And hey, that receiver spot is open. There is room for 1 to 2 guys that weren't on this active roster a year ago. Wilson is definitely one of them. He was here last year on our practice squad. He came in with Jalen Turner, who's the other favorite at this point to make that spot. And so far on this opening half, he's doing what he can to give us reasons to keep him. 1st and goal, handoff to Walden, and he is swallowed up. No gain on the play. Turner is split out to the right. Looks like he's got a safety on him, or even a linebacker. I don't even know who that is anymore. Handoff at the middle. Rutherford trying to get to the end zone, but he's brought down at the 1. Here it is, 3rd and goal. I'd like for us to take a shot through the air. Try a little quick slant or something like that. We will not, and Rutherford gets it. 3rd time's a charm for us. Touchdown, and we're going to tie things right back up at 14. 3 drives for them. First one was a pick 6. Second one and third one were touchdowns. This time out, they're going to give it to Thomas on the first play. He'll get 4 yards. Nice run from him. I'm really expecting the Dolphins to do a lot better this year than they did last year. Of course, missing Thomas and Farr was a huge deal to them. Oh, pitch outside to Farr, and Romeo Whiteside diagnosing it and making the play. He is really making a strong push right now for another linebacker position. I mean, obviously he overdid it with the pick 6, but now making plays in the backfield, that's what I'm looking to see here. Far play action. He's going to take a shot deep down the field. One-on-one, and it is incomplete. Cam Dantzler breaks it up. Have a chance to take advantage of the Dolphins' fail on the last drive and could take the lead if we can put together a nice drive here. And hand off to Rutherford, who finds a really nice crease once again. Chamberlain out there lead blocking a little bit. Gets a gain of 8. Like to see that. Hand off once again. Rutherford squeezing through and gets the first down. He didn't get much, but he got what we needed. No? How did he not get the first there? I swear to God, he was past the line. Wow. Okay. 3rd and inches. Throw over the middle. Caught. Jason Johnson to the 47. Bullitt so far 6 of 6. He has not missed a pass yet. I'd like to see us get some of these other receivers involved. I want to see what these guys can do with a good quarterback before we got to take Bullitt out. Hand off. Rutherford, another big lane for him. And he is down to the 43. 10 carries, 42 yards for him on this drive. I think we'll let him stay in for the first half. And then second half, we're going to show Dobbins, and Covington is the other guy that I have for a little bit of a tryout. Nice run up the middle. Can't say that wasn't the first down. A gain of 3. We're going to go back to the ground here. We are, and it does not work. Ross Rush has been a menace so far. I mean, we've gotten some plays off, but there's others where he is just completely destroying any hopes we have of a play. And he's got that superstar on him now. I don't know if he had that last year, if he earned it, because I know he had a really good rookie season. Bullard stepping up in the pocket, lets it go, and it is caught once again by Wilson down to the 30, and another first down. Hand off Rutherford, and Rutherford trying to bend the corner, stiff arm, and he's brought down at the 21-yard line. Another nice run. Go right back to Rutherford, and he's able to slip through somehow and find 7 yards. He has really shown out this last 2 drives, I think. And third time is a charm. Rutherford to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. We're going to take the lead for the first time, well, the second time today. Miami comes back out trailing here 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Farr, back to pass. Finds somebody, and it's broken up. Cam Dantzler. Great play on the ball, working against Stephen Clay. I much rather prefer Dantzler than Mike Hughes. I'm not upset at all. We don't have him anymore at corner. Handoff. Thomas cuts up field to the 26. Nice job there. McElroy overcommits a little bit. 3rd and 3. Farr. Quick throw caught by Stephen Clay. And he's out to the 41. Nice play there. Clay's actually a guy that I had on my draft board. I was looking at him. But I think he just went way too early for me. And but he's, like I said, he was a good receiver coming out of college. He didn't get much playing time last year, but the Dolphins actually went more with a youthful approach. They got rid of a receiver or two, made room for some of these younger guys that come through, and now we're going to get a chance to see if they can, turn into some really quality starters. Farr under pressure, gets rid of it just in time, and it is caught by Waddle. Takes a shot from Whiteside, brought down short of the first down, 2nd and 2. 2.5 to go here and ticking. Handoff, Thomas. And Thomas running over a defender. It was Riley who's back from injury. He must have been back a while ago and I didn't see it, but not a good way for me to notice you there. First down for Miami at the 2-minute warning. And they are driving. Quick throw, almost intercepted. McElroy had it and dropped it. That would have been a huge turn of events for us. Man, you have to make those plays. When you have the ball in your hand, you have to make the catch. And McElroy he's going to beat himself up over it. Quick throw over the middle, and just like that, Mike Gesicki wide open, breaking tackles down to the 21. I've said it before on this channel. I'll say it again every time. Drop a pick, give up 6. It's been a saying for a reason. Let's see if we can break that saying right now. 1st and 10. Far. Quick throw over the middle. And Hunter Long makes the catch down to the 7. Interesting story about the offseason. I had a chance to try and add pieces to this Miami tight end room, but because of the way I've seen these guys play together, I opted not to. Like, Gesicki and Long just play so well together with Zachary Farr. I didn't want to mess up that rotation they have. So just a little something I wanted to let you guys know about. Farr back to pass, 1st and goal, end zone, touchdown. It's Stephen Clay working on the crosser. Monty trails behind him, but he's not there quick enough. Last drive here for Bullitt and Rutherford. 52 seconds left. Let's see if we can do anything to end this half. Bullitt steps up, and he misses a wide open Wilson. Just overthrew it there. Had a little bit too much on him. 2nd down, 48 seconds. Bullitt lets it go outside, and it is caught. Jalen Turner with the catch to the 27. Gonna ring up 3rd down. Clock is stopped, which is good. Blitz is coming. Fires wide open. Irv Smith streaking down the sideline. Is he going to be caught? No. Touchdown, Minnesota. A huge play by Irv Smith to close out the half. Wow. Just a simple corner route. The safety bites on the upfield, gives him that separation he needs, and he was gone. That's the beauty of having fast tight ends. Just because you're a tight end don't mean you need to get caught, and Irv Smith understood that one, and he takes it all the way to the house. Let's see if Miami tries to do something themselves here with 31 seconds and 3 timeouts. They're back at their own 16. Farr under pressure. He's going to get dropped by Quincy Page. All right, now it's time to see Benji Barnett. Last week he didn't have a very good performance. Let's see what he can do this week. First play, it's a handoff to Weatherspoon, who gets into the game, and he'll get a gain of 6. Nice stiff arm there. And Weatherspoon is a guy who was here on the practice squad last year. Didn't really make much noise, but we just kept him there. Going to see what he can do this year. Ooh, Barnett gets rid of it just in time, and it's caught. And now Aldridge is hurt. Gavin Aldridge, one of the outside linebackers for Miami. And it was Bryce Harris, the rookie, who makes the catch and gets it out to the 45. Empty backfield here. Blitz is coming. Gets rid of it in time, and it's dropped. I think it was Quincy Crowder out there who dropped that one. 2nd and 10. Another empty backfield. Barnett lets it go, and it is caught on the sideline by Jalen Turner out to the 41-yard line. I believe this is Wendell Covington in the backfield at running back. No, oh, it is, but he threw it. Oh, man, nice hit there. Turner could not hold on. So far, so good on this drive. 2nd down. Blitz is coming, and Barnett cannot get away. Addison Rhodes came flying through. There was nothing Barnett could do. And now it's going to be 3rd and 18. A conversion here would be huge. But I don't know if we're going to be able to get that. Another blitz coming. They know that, and we pick it up nicely, and we still dump it down. Barnett taking the easy route to Wiggins, and we're going to have to punt it away. 1st and 10 now for the Dolphins. Handoff. And it is, who was that? Oh, Bob Hitchcock, one of the rookie running backs with one of the weirdest names. Makes the play for a gain of 6. All right, Bob. Another handoff to Bob. And Bob doesn't go very far on that one, though. Bob is brought down by Kevin Allman. 3rd and 3. Will they go to Bob again? They will not. But we're going to blitz, and Kevin Allman gets the sack. Huge play there. We sent the pressure. They couldn't pick it up. 1st and 10 for us here at the 35-yard line. Handoff to Covington, and Covington able to get up to the 39-yard line, gain of 3. Covington and Dobson were 2 guys that I just signed out of free agency as power backs to try and give us another guy outside of Pitts, see if one of them will stick. Oh, bad throw outside. I'm not sure where he was going, but Neither option was really open, and now a quick 3rd and 7 here. Benji's got to be smarter than that. Come on now. Gets rid of it just in time. Caught, turns upfield, and it is the first down. Yes. And it is Crowder on the catch, making the play out to the 46. There is another receiver I brought on this week that I want to get a chance to see a little bit. Handoff. Oh, brought down. It was Witherspoon on his second carry. His name is Andy Franklin. He was a guy I found in the free agency market once again, of course, where I found all these guys, and I want to see if he can do anything. We didn't see him at all last week. Oh, a nice pass and catch. Witherspoon making a play down to the 42-yard. Empty backfield on first. Blitz coming, and it is almost intercepted. Looking for Jalen Turner. Almost went back the other way for 6. Luckily for us, he dropped it. Barnett fires again. This time it's Witherspoon down inside the 40 to the 36. 3rd and 5. Bunch formation. Turner and Crowder to the left. And throws it. Oh, and just misses. I don't know if he was looking for Wiggins, but it was nowhere near him. 1st and 10 for Miami. Now down by 10. Back to pass, and he's going to get sacked. And it's Jenkins, the rookie, the second-year corner, on the corner blitz, making the play. And off to Madison up the middle, and Madison out to the 16. 3rd and 13. Can we get off the field here for another 3 and out? Under pressure, Will Brayman gets to him again. 2nd sack of the drive, and we are going to force the punt. 1st down, we're going to come out here in pistol formation. Fake it, and Barnett's going to take off with it. And Barnett down to the 41, pickup of 14. I sort of like the call. A little bit. 1st down. Now another quick throw. Throws it out to Covington, and Covington not able to find much. They'll mark it actually as a rush. And now we're going to hand it off. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. 3rd and 8. We need a play here. Barnett over the middle, and he's got Turner. Oh no, Turner gets hit and fumbles the ball. And there's no questioning whether he dropped that one. That was a clear-cut fumble, and Miami is going to take the ball back. 1st turnover of the day for Miami. Or for us, I should say. That Miami is able to capitalize on. Offset eye for Miami. Handoff, Madison. Riley there to bring him down. Just about 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Throw down to Bob. And Bob is brought down. Penalty flag. What's this going to be? It's going to be holding. Jerron Christian Sr. 2nd and 19 after the call. Play action to Madison. He's going to go deep down the left side, and it's incomplete. Don't you dare call pass interference. Oh, okay. I was about to go nuts. Tremaine Beasley on the illegal touching. And now 3rd and 19. And now we're at the 2-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. Back under pressure, and he's going to go down. It's Randy Barrett. And once again, we're going to get off the field. Another drive starting at almost midfield for us. We've got to be able to take advantage of these and put these points on the board. And the first play goes to Witherspoon, and he's able to get a nice gain down to the 44. Gain of 8. I think after this drive, I'm going to swap out the receivers a little bit again. I think we've seen enough of... Oh, boy. Crowder not paying attention. He just dropped it. Didn't even try to catch it. That's not a good look. Barnett, quick drop back, fires, and it's caught. Jalen Turner, again, showing why he is one of the favorites to make this active roster. Hauling in the catch for a 1st down. I was hoping one of these guys might show through in Crowder, and one of the other guys, but so far nothing. And oh man, Barnett's getting sacked. A whole bunch of Dolphins are back there. 2nd and 20 after the sack. Barnett scanning. Letting it go, and he's got Harris. Harris with a nice juke move, and he's down to the 23. A big pickup of about 22 yards. Second week in a row, Harris has made a splash play. I like to see some more consistency, but I do like seeing that. And, oh, nice catch made by Jalen Turner, hauling it in even though he took the contact. And now we're down to the 11-yard line. Weatherspoon in the backfield. Crowder in motion. He's going to take it, and he goes nowhere. 2nd and 11 from the 12. Barnett, quick throw, incomplete. Turner tried to haul it in, but that time the pressure was there, and he just took the contact, could not hold on. And now it's going to be 3rd and 11. We can get a first down here, but I mean, really, we should just take a shot at the end zone. Barnett, under pressure, gets rid of it to the end zone. Touchdown. It's Derek Wiggins with the catch. Tiptoe on the sideline, and we are going to go up 37-21 with the extra point coming. First down. Osborne under pressure again, and he's going to go down again. Kevin Menical playing that D-tackle position and making the play. Osborne, short drop, and he's going to pay for it. Landon Riley gets back there for the sack. And now, because they're down by so much, they're just going to go for it here. 4th and 17. Osborne, got to throw it. He gets rid of it over the middle, and it's intercepted. Raymond Monty with the pick, turning it upfield, gets a block, and he's out to the 39. Monty from the strong safety position making a play on the ball. Great job by our defense, forcing the pressure. He was forced to throw it. He chose a bad spot to throw it. Harrison actually the ones who creates that play there, batting the ball up in the air. And then the rookie Monty hauling it in for the turnover. Osborne under pressure, and he goes down again. Landon Riley, Kevin Menical forced him out of the pocket. Riley capitalizes. And this D-line is feeling it right now. 2nd and 25, 4:15 and ticking to go. Osborne backing up, and again he's going to go down. Will Brayman and Kevin Menical. 3rd and 41. I don't know if I've ever seen it this bad for yards needed to get a first. 3rd and 41? No way. Oh, I thought they were going to get it for a second. I was like, you got to be kidding me. They're going to go for it. That's insane. 4th and 41. Osborne almost gets sacked, and it is incomplete. Once again, looking for Greer to bail him out, and Greer just did not have it in him. And now with 3:20 to go, I feel like this is going to be our last drive. Handoff right up the middle, Weatherspoon down to the 8-yard line. As much as I would like to give him that run, I'm not going to count that as him being a tremendous running back. I mean, it's garbage time. This team is ready to cash it in. But, you know, out of what I've seen, I feel like I know who I want to see more of next game before we make our cutdowns. So I think this game overall was a good thing to watch. Barnett, quick throw outside, caught. And who is that? I believe that was... Oh, they're not going to tell me who it was, are they? I didn't even catch who it was. No, I didn't see who that was. Oh, well. 2nd and goal from the 4. Handoff, Weatherspoon, and he's in. No, they're going to say down at the 1. Are we really going to score again just to rub it in? I mean, why not, right? Yep, handoff, and Weatherspoon is in. Garbage time, touchdown for us. All right, so we just finished off the Dolphins game. Another big win for us. We're 2-0 on the preseason. We have one more game left against the Washington football team. And then, of course, the bye week where we're going to cut down this roster to 53. What I think we're going to do is we're going to split this preseason up into 2 videos. We're going to have 1 and 2. Of course, game 1, game 2. And then next video, we'll do the final preseason game with final auditions. and then we will do the cuts. So what I want to do now is I'm going to take a day after I post this, before I record the game. It might be 2 days later, but I want to see what you guys think of the players that we saw and who you guys want to see more of before we get down to cut day. Which players do you want to see? And then once I have some answers, hopefully, I mean, I've asked you guys for some comments. You haven't really given me answers, but I get it. I'm a small channel. I don't have that many people that are leaving comments yet. That's cool. I get it. But if you would, I would greatly appreciate it. And then, like I said, we'll do week 3. We'll do the bye week with the cut downs, and then we'll be into the regular season. So as always, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Again, sorry for the little delay in the last video series, but you know, sometimes life happens. Make sure you like and subscribe, and turn that bell notification on if you haven't already. Make sure you don't miss when I post another video, and I'll see you guys next time.